Welcome to Best Effing Update. I'm your host, Holland March. Let's dive right into last week's results. Poochie's dominates I Can Change This Later right 104-50. Owner Jonathan Dimmel moves into 6th place while owner Jane Newman falls to 8th. If Mr. Newman pulls out a win this week against It's a Hard Gronk Life, he is in the playoffs. Chief Honey Bears over the Cotter Otters 97-84. This was a fun one as older sister Catherine beats younger brother Scotty. Chief Honey Bears in the playoffs regardless of next week's results. No Prior Knowledge beats It's a Hard Gronk Life in the Battle of Who Cares Less 88-51. Sir Juke over Automatic Dads 112-94. Owner Brandon Owens has fought valiantly this season, but will not be included in the playoffs. Sir Juke, however, right in the thick of it, and with a win next week, is in the postseason. World's biggest Kirk Cousins fan tops Jamal About That Bass 134-107. Two juggernauts slugging it out here, and despite the loss, owner Jimmy Burke will be in the playoffs. However, Mr. Quarles needing a win next week to guarantee his spot. Death by Kyle smacks Werewolves on Wheels 126-78. Owner Kyle Schoenwell continues his dominance with a 6th straight win. Owner Cornelius Perry will make the playoffs with a win next week. Rick Moranis slips by KC Renegades 96-89. Both teams could make the playoffs with wins next week, but would require some help. Owner John Grika, hopeful after the loss. Let's get him on the line. Mr. Grika, you're on Best Effing Update with Holland March. How are you today?
Very good, Holly, thanks.
Well, let's get right into it. You've gone on record as saying the best effing league is, quote, rigged. Can you expand upon that?
It's a rigged system. You have to fight the rigged system. We've got some, I think it has to do with the commissioner. I love him to death, but I think the commissioner's the only one. We see it. He's the only one that can make trades. And somehow he's limping his way into the playoffs. It's just a rigged system against an out-of-town team like me.
Wow, sounds like fighting words. Now, you're still in the hunt for a playoff spot this week. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve to try and secure that spot?
I was watching game film on Sir Jukester that I play this week, and I have a statement to say that I will win this league. I rested Mark Ingram last week. Now he's fine, and I'm going to win today and just win on out. I firmly believe that, Holland.
Now, speaking of Mark Ingram, he was our top running back this week, but you elected to not start him. What was your thought process there?
You know what? I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I've always been a Rick Moranis fan from way back. So I kind of was playing him, and I want him to get up there, and because to be honest, I'm trying to get him to overtake Poochie's.
That sounds like such a swell thing to do. What a kind gesture there. Now, in week 2, you lost to owner Catherine Glass 115-99. Our vast staff did some digging and found that this was the first loss of your career to a female owner. How did that affect your team moving forward?
Well, it's actually pretty traumatic. You know, I went into the game feeling good, thinking, well, I've got an easy win, and I was going to do some chortling, and she stomped me. She just literally stomped me, so it shut me up, and from then on, they have a good team. It really hurt, though. I'm still dealing with it.
Sounds like it really shook your confidence. Now, let's move away from football for a second. You are a car expert, so in your opinion, what 3 manufacturers are currently building the most durable vehicles on the road?
That's a good question, Holly. I would say probably Toyota's one of the top. And I would say Honda is making a real... If you discount all the airbag issues on both cars and the Takata airbag issues, they make the most durable, longest-lasting car and actually a third one that's making its mark is the new Chevys. They're making durable cars. They redesigned their models, and we're getting good feedback off that.
Great advice there, Mr. Grika. Now, lastly, how confident are you that your team will be in the playoffs this season?
I have no doubt about it. All I have to do is beat Sir Jukester. And he's I looked at his team, watching game film. He has this quarterbacks or Tannehill and some other guy, and and I got Breeze going this week against Detroit. I've got team at full strength, and I think there's no doubt.
Everyone loves a confident coach, and you definitely exude that. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Grika. Thank you for your time, and best of luck.
Holland, thanks for nice talking to you, sir.
Okay, let's look at our top players of the week. No prior knowledge as Colin Kaepernick is our top quarterback this week with 409 total yards and 3 touchdowns. KC Renegades Mark Ingram our top running back with 167 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Poochie's is Tyreek Hill our top receiver with 169 total yards and 3 touchdowns. Death by Kyle's Jordan Reed our top tight end with 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chief Honey Bear's New York Giants defense number 1 this week with 7 sacks, 3 fumbles, and a touchdown. Free agent Jason Pierre-Paul is our top defensive player with 6 tackles, 3 sacks, a fumble, and a touchdown. Free agent kicker Justin Tucker top this week with 4 field goals and an extra point. Our top owner this week is yet again Jeremy Quarles, owner of the world's biggest Kirk Cousins fan, scoring 134.52 points. Okay, let's look at our current league standings. And that's it for Best Effing Update. Join us next week.